Greetings and salutations, America. What's up, everybody? Thanks for taking the time out to check out my channel. This video, I kind of want to cover the Iowa tax stamp law. To me, in my personal opinion, I think it's pure entrapment, and it's used as blackmail. And here's how I'm going to prove that to you. First off, the statute itself says you have to be in possession of the marijuana or whatever drug you want to purchase the tax stamp for. Okay, that doesn't sound horrible, right? But doing so, when you have to present the bag, like here's how it goes down. If you want to get a tax stamp, here's what you have to do. You have to go to your local drug dealer, buy your drugs, walk into a courthouse, and tell them you want a tax stamp for the drugs you just brought into a courthouse. All right? Okay, that's the first thing. All right. Second thing, the tax stamp is to be affixed to any bag when it's sold. Well, you're already in violation of the tax stamp because you have a bag with no tax stamp on it. You obviously didn't pay the tax on that bag already. So then you go in to pay the tax on the bag, and now you're hit for bringing possession of marijuana into a courthouse. I mean, how dumb is that? So then when you get busted for, like, let's say you're driving in your car. Here's how it's going to play out. And I've seen it play out hundreds of times in this city. All right, I'm from Clinton, Iowa. It's a joke here. We have ridiculous policies on the books, like public intox. Dumb. There's no victim. There can't be a crime with no victim. It's a city ordinance. It's not a criminal ordinance. And that's something this town hasn't figured out yet. All right? Here's the thing. You're driving down the road, you change lanes and you didn't use your signal. Cop pulls you over. Says he smells weed, wants to search your car. You're like, if you have weed, you're gonna say, oh no. You should always say no anyway. Never let him search your car without a warrant. Roll the windows up, get out, lock that fucking thing. Don't let him do shit. Make him work for it. Screw that. Anyway, so say you get pulled over, they bust you for a gram of pot, 8, whatever, something small, personal amount, you know? You're just going to go home, smoke a joint, relax from a hard week of work, and just chill out, you know? You don't want to drink and get crazy. You don't want to do meth like everybody else around here wants to do. You don't want to smoke crack and end up retarded. So you just smoke a little bit of weed to just calm out, relax, chill, you know? So anyway, they turn around and charge you with possession of marijuana and violation of Iowa tax stamp. And what they'll do is they'll tell you, well, we'll drop this tax stamp felony or aggravated misdemeanor, which can carry up to 2 years in prison, in exchange for you pleading guilty to the simple possession charge and go to drug treatment. Yeah, you want to know why drug treatment for marijuana is so fucking high? If they give you the choice, hey, do you want to go to fucking prison or do you want to go to fucking treatment? What are you going to say? Exactly. You're going to choose treatment, just like everybody else does. Come on, people. It's a complete money scam. You know what the fines run for this stuff? Into the thousands. Your first fine on your first possession of marijuana in Iowa is like $500. All right? I mean, that's crazy. For a $20 bag of weed, you get fined by the court $500? And you get railroaded into taking that because you don't want to go to prison for violating their fake-ass tax stamp that you have to be in violation of in order for you to even obtain the tax stamp. That's what's so mind-boggling, and nobody sees it. None of these public defenders ever, bring it up in court. I have yet to see one go to jury trial on possession of marijuana and challenge that shit. They don't do it. Why do they not bring up jury nullification for these laws? The vast majority of people in this country are for the legalization or at least the medical tolerance of marijuana. Now, why is it that legislators have to be so corrupt? I don't know. I mean, it's just like with CPS kidnapping kids for profit. How can Department of Human Services claim, which is a government entity, they claim $10 to $25 million a year in profits? Oh, that's right, because they're not a government entity at all. Look them up on Bloomberg and Cortera business listings. Iowa DHS and every other state's Department of Human Services are private corporations. That's right, they're independently owned, have been for almost 200 years. Don't believe the hype. But yeah, back to the cannabis stuff with the tax stamp. But yeah, in order to get the tax stamp, you have to be in violation of the fucking tax stamp. That is the very definition of entrapment. Yet, every day, these judges allow it to go through court, these prosecutors push for that shit, and defense lawyers go right along with it. Why? Well, think about it. Who pays the police that arrested you in the first place? The state. Who pays the judge that's hearing your case? The state. Who's paying the prosecutor to try to lock you up for this supposed crime, victimless crime? Oh, that's right, the state. Oh, you're not rich, so you can't afford a $10,000 an hour lawyer? Oh, okay, well, you get a public defender, and who pays for that? The state. And you somehow, in your brain, think that you're going to get a fair trial in this country. It's not going to happen. Not if you not if you listen to them fake little lawyers that they're trying to sell you down the river so that they can get their paying clients a better deal. Don't think that shit doesn't happen, because it happens every single day. I've been sitting right there and heard lawyers do it. I'm not going to name names, but I've dealt with many, many, many lawyers in the Clinton County, Scott County, Whiteside County, Jones County, Lynn County, all over the place, okay? And I'm telling you, it is the same everywhere you go. If you are not paying somebody from out of that area to come in and pay them a buttload of money to represent you, you will get shafted. They will sell you down the river to get one of them guys paying $10,000 an hour, some, obvious like banker for fraud, or, like over in Dixon, the woman that stole all the money, just like in Comanche, stealing all that money and shit. They get minimal time for the amounts they steal. Look at Bernie Madoff. I mean, come on. These people at that end, man, these white collar criminals don't do time for their shit. Meanwhile, you that wants to smoke a little weed or, snort a line every now and then or whatever you want to do. Because you know what? Here's my challenge. Show me in the U.S. Constitution where the government has the power to make nature illegal. And with that, peace out, everybody.